Hi, everybody. Dr. Lena coming to you from Australia. We've had a fake spring. I'm back in the jumpers now. Never mind. Now, meanwhile, stateside, talk about two steps forward, one step back. Georgia. So there was a judge there, Judge McBurney, who actually came up with a good judgment during the week. So apparently in Georgia, 2019, they introduced a restrictive abortion law, no abortion, I think beyond 6 weeks or something, when no one knows they're pregnant, very sneaky rule. But he overrode it and said the Georgia Constitution gives you a right to privacy and liberty, and women should be free to make their own reproductive choices. How radical is that? Imagine an adult woman being able to make a decision. Oh, bless. However, Georgia more broadly is working day and night, introducing these weird repressive voter suppression things at the last minute. Conventionally, you don't change your state's voting laws or county laws 5 minutes before an election, but they are, just to make things a bit harder. Yeah. So all I can say, guys, is go out there and make it too big to steal. No choice now. Got to do it. So I saw some footage last night. The Yeti's not looking well, I have to say. I think he was at a rally at Wisconsin or something, because at the moment his thing is bragging about refusing to pay overtime to his workers. I just get other people in, right? And working class MAGAs go, yeah, yeah, crush me, defeat me, spit on me. We love you, Don. Why do people vote for this childish, vicious, moronic baboon? It is a mystery. Absolute mystery. Okay, what's first? Nebraska. An independent there, Dan Osborne, in the polls, has overtaken the incumbent Republican. So that got me thinking, I'm just going to have a look here about how the independents everywhere are going to go. Because in our last national election, it was the independents. We have a different system, but it was the independents who pushed Labor over the line. So they have a function, but let's have a look at the independents. Because, of course, they could vote either way when it comes to issues. They're not committed to either party, but in Australia, they usually go with Labor, which is our Dems. But let's have a look at the independents. Independents. I digress. Haven't pulled a card and already I digress. In Wisconsin, the Green Party is gaining ground. Now, Jill Stein's on that ticket, but if you remember, apparently there, the Greens were quite effective. Hillary lost to Trump by 23,000 votes, and the Greens had got 31,000 votes. In other words, the Green vote took it from Hillary. Now, I'm Green. I'll be voting Green in our next election, but you can't mess around with this one. Okay, independents, let's have a look. What's going on? People are celebrating. People like a few independents. Look, collectively across the board, they've got good cards. Okay, we've got people celebrating. They haven't got all the money that the others have got, but they still get the Sun card here, which is always a big boost of positive energy. They get the Ace of Wands. They're having cut through with people, and the outcome, Temperance. They might end up holding a balance of power in Congress or Senate or something or something. This suggests balance of power to me. Ah, we shall have to see. Now, before we go any further, I want to offer my huge sympathy to so many people affected by Hurricane Helene. It's true. And when you've been through those massive storm surges, it takes months, if not years, to recover. And only a minuscule percentage have insurance for flood damage. And that's a mix of insurance companies not being willing to cover it, a mix of people not being covered because they can't afford it or they thought they weren't as at risk as it turns out they are. It's a combination of factors. But I think this is going to be a problem for the Harris Walsh team as well, in the sense that all these things are going to keep going and getting worse. And so how do you deal with it? So they've got to be really, really careful what they promise at this time. The Yeti, of course, went out and said stupid things about how wonderful he was and nothing about, I'm so sorry for, the massive destruction that you're forced to live in for the next 6 months. But let's have a look. And this is in several states. We know Florida's having a real problem with insurance. So I want to know, will the problem with getting insurance, will it make people take the climate emergency any more seriously or not? The climate emergency, where it intersects with insurance. Will it change people's minds? Will it move the dial about the climate emergency? Insurance. All right. No, I'm going to say no, unfortunately. Uh, you know, okay, some sort of compromise will have to be reached. I think that's sort of suggesting some federal money, some state money, some insurance money, a mix of money on the table. But it doesn't help you so much individually to get back on your feet. The priority tends to be infrastructure and things like that. People are going to, what it will do is people will weigh up where they're living. I think we'll see climate refugees within the American mainland. So it is a direct result. Have you noticed I start talking about climate emergency now? Climate change hasn't moved anything, so climate emergency. People will move, but it doesn't mean they necessarily become activists in terms of this issue. Younger people tend to be a bit more on the ball about this issue. They will rise up. The Twitter birds for me in this card are social media. Meanwhile, the ostrich brigade, which is conventional politicians, just go, oh, it's always been like this. Oh, yes, well, it was so much better back in the day, whatever, whatever, not coming to grips with it. And the high priestess here is saying to me, as her secrets are being kept, people don't realize what's coming down the pipe here, you know. I think because there's been a devaluation, another digression, there's been a devaluation of expert opinion, right, of science, because the flat earthers who really don't want their children to know there were dinosaurs have co-opted so much of the public space. And this isn't just in the US. It's the same in Canada, I'm sure, and UK, Australia. We saw it during COVID, people not looking at science in so many areas, and this is one of them. So while they've got their heads in the sand, we're all going to fail to meet our targets. God, collectively, we're slow learners, aren't we, really? Mm. Okay, now while I'm shuffling, I want to share that with you. On Facebook, I saw a meme or whatever they are when they turn up on your Facebook, and it was obviously referring to Musk, and it had an image of a spaceship. And it said, if you want to send billionaires where no billionaires have gone before, send them to the tax office. Awesome. Wish I thought of that. Loved it. Okay. Now, the New York Appeals Court. Oh, that's a bit scary. This is in Trump's New York case where he's been convicted on 34 counts or whatever it is. But remember, this is the appeals court that cut the amount he was fined by 5 times or something. It went down from nudging 500 mil to 100 and something mil. Remember them. They're going to deliver their judgment. So let's hope they had one position on that because that was just to allow the appeal. But how are they going to rule? The appeals court, New York. The appeals court. Okay, let's have a look here. How are they going to rule? Ooh. Ten of Pentacles about the money that dear. Oh, I don't like it. Don't like it. Okay. Oh, just a moment. There's the door. Hold on a minute. Where's pause? Okay. Pause. I'm back. The New York Appeals Court. Okay. Money, 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 money. Intergenerational money. Now, I don't know how the demons spawn in the form of Eric and Don Jr. scraped out of this whole case. Ivanka got away with it because they were only looking at 5 years, and the boys got a smack on the wrist. The power of money. When will we stop pretending that it's a level playing field? There's been some manipulation behind the scenes because this card is next to the Queen of Cups, who can be a bit shady. She can be very positive and maternal and gorgeousness, but she can also be almost as secretive as the High Priestess. The combination of those cards together, some manipulation. Look at this. The Lovers card and the Wedding card. This cards of partnerships and deals. Yucky poo. Yucky poo. Love to be wrong, but I'm saying now, I think they're going to come back with a really weak, pathetic, Yeti-friendly sort of thing. Please prove me wrong. Please, please. Now, what have we got here? Oh, the Murdoch case. Okay. So most of you, because of Fox, know at least the name of Rupert Murdoch. And people in America seem surprised that he has been so destructive in other countries. He's been disgusting here. He moved to the UK. He broke the back of the unions by doing years of this anti-union stuff. He chose Thatcher and pushed her forward. He was very happy with the Reagan-Thatcher thing. He's been at play for a very long time. Now, his eldest son, Lachlan, who's, well, I think he's got daddy issues myself. What is it of these guys trying to please their unpleasable fathers? It's sort of sordid and sad. Anyway, Lachlan has said, Daddy, Daddy, I'll be as bad as you are. I'll be so ruthless. I'll pump all this stuff into the airwaves just like you did. The other three adult siblings, who are all part of this trust fund, actually, they're educated young liberals. They are quietly, well, not so quietly, horrified by what Fox is, what it represents, what it's done. They want to take it in a new direction. Now, I don't think it'd be a bastion of left-wing positions or anything, but to take it away from the cliff of out-and-out misinformation. So they're all in court because the four SIBs are in a trust fund. I think it was set up by the mother originally with equal shares. People tend to do that for their children unless they've got issues. And so it's 3 against 1. However, the trust is also weird. I think Rupert himself, I wrote down the figures here somewhere. Where is it? Yeah. He only has 17% equity now in the company, but he has 39% of the voting power. So all of this has gone to court. Let's have a look. Now let's have a look. Let's have here at the Murdoch outcome. Will Rupert win? Or the 3 other SIBs? What's going to happen in the Murdoch case? Have a little look. Okay, who's walking away? Who's walking away? Oh, look at this. They're walking away quickly. All right. This is going to get worse before it gets better. This is holding on to money and power. Okay, so even though this figure's quite young, this represents the head honcho, Rupert. Sorry, no, it doesn't. I think this King of Pentacles is Rupert. I think this is Lachlan, the one who's promised his father he'll be as vile and destructive as he is. Okay, so this is the son, this is the father. Now, I'm asking about the court case. I think there'll be someone walking away at speed from this because it's absolutely ruthless. This is a classic family in destruct mode. I think one or more of the siblings will pull out, but I think the court will come up with some Solomon type thing, maybe divide the business. I've never thought of that before. Maybe they'll divide the business. Temperance is about balance and harmony. Not that any of these families would know harmony, but that's just my vibe on it. Maybe there'll be something which means one of them, 2 of them, 3 of them could walk away with a piece of the pie that changes the balance. It's possible they'll split it out. Okay, so now, guys, I want to pull some cards for you because October, as we know, is mega, major, 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 major. So be kind to people. Everyone's stressed, so it's important to get time out, chill, and be nice. All right, now, what are we doing? Let me just have a little moment to mix all these cards up really well. A few of you have asked me about Justice Roberts. We'll come back to him in time, the babyface assassin. And did you see in the Jack Smith document dump? Fabulous. And it includes first-hand accounts, including him saying, make them riot, make them riot. Now, it should have been the end of him as a candidate, years ago, 4 years ago. This should have been the end. But now nothing seems to move it. Certainly not going to move it before the 5th. But look, it has to be out there so people know. Okay, now, maybe it will move a few people. Maybe they've missed the last 4 years. They just woke up this morning and they're hearing that he's in fact done duplicitous, treacherous thing, along with that traitor, Michael Flynn, 4-star traitor, and all the others. But there's recordings of Bannon, everybody. One more major point, almost forgot. What's her name? Tina Peters. I've mentioned her before. She was a Colorado County clerk, and she was actively and proudly involved in sabotaging the election. She let someone use the security pass, but there are also all these other charges about fiddling the books. She's been sentenced to 9 years. So why is the Yeti strolling? Okay, sorry. Now let me clean the airwaves because this is for you. What do the viewers need to know just for the next week or so? What do the viewers need to know? Oh, yes. All right. Here we go. I'll have to be quick. People are coming in. Things are moving quickly. Make it too big to steal. And here's the cut through. Truth wins out. Okay, ciao for now, guys. Bye.